region, and that's what produced rainfall totals that look like this. Nearly 6 inches out of North Rockwall, 4 inches out of Trenton, over 2.5 out of Mesquite, 2.25 for Melissa. And then you've got spots like the DFW airport and a lot of folks across Tarrant County and the further to the west that you go, it was like this, just a couple hundredths of an inch. So it really was a case of where you were yesterday. It really was dependent on where that low set up, which again, fell on the east side of most of the Metroplex. Now, the low pressure system continues to swirl off to our north, and you can see the counterclockwise movement there continues to bring some active weather across the southern plains. For most of North Texas, we're quiet for the time being. However, with this wraparound moisture, again, that counterclockwise flow, you can see what it's doing. We're seeing a few little disturbances start to spin off of that, as we can see right now, a thunderstorm developing through parts of Young and Jack County as it continues to move down to the south and east. We'll keep eyes on that, but this is about the coverage I expect through most of the day. It's just scattered little pop-ups. As we get into the afternoon, coverage may improve a little bit. I'll show you that here on Futurecast. More of the same. We'll keep eyes along the Red River this morning into the early afternoon, again for a few little disturbances to move off that main low pressure system. Then we head to the afternoon and evening. Again, coverage doesn't look all that much more impressive, but a few quick thunderstorms adding rain to already saturated soils can cause problems quickly. So we're going to watch closely for that again, mostly through the afternoon and evening today. Then we turn to your Friday. Coverage is even lower. I've left about a 10% chance. Starts to steer all that moisture around this ridge and drives our temperatures way up. So we get into Friday, and my bigger concern, it's the temperatures. All across the state of Texas, we're going to see above average heat heading our way. Upper 80s, low 90s. That's where I've got us here in Dallas-Fort Worth. And then again on Saturday and again on Sunday, temperatures continue to climb into the 90s. We get to Sunday, some of these models wanting to put us in the mid and even upper 90s. I think that's overdoing it just a smidge, but it gives you an idea of the kind of weather pattern we step into. Though I want to note this ridge, it is on the weaker side. So yes, it will drive temperatures up, but it won't completely shut the door on rain chances. It will just help lower coverage in comparison to what we've seen the past couple of days. And we'll take the break for sure. So we step into the weekend, and if you got plans to take you outside, again, my bigger concern is the heat heading our way. 90s across the board starting tomorrow, follows us Saturday into Sunday. And in terms of rain chances, right now I've got about a 10% chance tomorrow. So a lot of us miss out on that. Through the day, low coverage, afternoon pop-ups possible. But once we hit the evening and overnight hours, little disturbance moves overhead, and that helps to produce 38% coverage. So again, it's not widespread. A lot of us miss out on each day. And then we head to Sunday, more of the same, 20%. We've got a lot of moisture on hand, which means, again, if you're not feeling the rain falling, you're just feeling the humidity build back in to the forecast. So look ahead at your 7-day. It's another week where we've got unsettled weather heading our way. Best chance for rain, that comes today. But then we'll look ahead to Saturday into overnight on Sunday, and a few little pop-ups possible each afternoon as the heat takes us back to the 90s starting tomorrow. 71, light west wind on hand today. I expect lighter winds throughout the day today, but we'll see the direction start to change a little bit as our weather maker moves out. However, the main thing that I am focused on as we head into the afternoon, it's the heat that starts to build in, because temperatures, they're going to climb close to 90, though I think all of us managed to stay just shy of that. This is a look at our afternoon highs across the board. Not much variability. Cooler spots likely set up along the Red River with a little bit of extra cloud cover and a better chance to find some rain. And then you work back toward the Metroplex, 88, 89 degrees. We see a lot of that same story as you build to the west, out toward the east. Average for this time of year, but still warm, mid and upper 80s. And when you factor in the moisture that we've got on hand, heat index definitely going to be a factor today. Now we look at radar right now, and you could clearly see that area of low pressure continuing to spin all those disturbances, this widespread rain across the southern plains. For Texas, we're seeing the backside of that kind of exit out of East Texas, and then we've got some newer development starting to spin across parts of our northwestern counties. We've watched little clusters of disturbances try to make it south of the Red River. So far, only one managed to do that, and the second one following closely behind. Now, these are just run-of-the-mill quick showers, thunderstorms, no severe threat here. But a few lightning strikes produced in this one moving into Young County, so keep an eyes on that as it continues to tumble down to the south and east. But a bigger picture across Doppler radar, most of us are rain-free for the time being, thankfully getting at least a few hours to dry things out after a very, very soggy Wednesday, especially for the eastern half of the area. Now, I mentioned we'll watch more disturbances tumble down from the Red River. Futurecast latches onto that as well, just because we've got that low-pressure system. We call it wraparound moisture, wraparound activity, wraps around the center of the low and then pushes down to the south and east. That's what I expect to find on a lower coverage scale here. So we head to lunchtime. As we get the peak heating of the day, 4 or 5 o'clock, I do think we'll find some more very scattered showers kind of spread out a little bit across the area. Redevelopment back toward the west today. A few pop-up thunderstorms, gusty winds, and frequent lightning. That's my biggest concerns. And then we'll put all the rain chances to bed overnight. Then we step into your Friday and coverage is even lower. I've put a 10% chance because, again, we've got a lot of moisture. I've got a lot of heat heading our way. Those two ingredients will work together to try to produce a little bit of convection where you would get these quick pop-up thunderstorms through the afternoon, and then mostly will quiet things down pretty quickly with anything that does pop up. So rain chances moving forward, yes, we are still absolutely in that unsettled, more active pattern. However, moving forward, the accumulations and the coverage look much lower than what we've been dealing with the past couple of days. So today and again Saturday evening, those are the two time periods I'm watching for a better chance to find scattered showers. Even still, I'm putting 30% for both of those days. Tomorrow's lowest coverage, 10% chance, and then we head to Sunday and to Monday, isolated 20% for afternoon pop-ups. Again, a lot of moisture sticks with us, so does the heat. So as we head for weekend plans, plan on it being nice and warm. I've got us at 90 tomorrow, staying in the 90s Saturday, Sunday, into Monday before a little disturbance moves back in as we head for Tuesday, brings us a little bit of a dip in temperatures. We'll try to get back to the 80s quickly, but for the next several days, just plan on it being warm and muggy. So if your plans take you outside this weekend, definitely have a plan to take a break inside and stay hydrated because the humidity is going to be no joke here in North Texas. Again, today, 30% chance of rain. Our next best bet comes Saturday evening into Sunday morning.